and the topic is there on the board itself. And you know one thing, that India has become first country in the entire world. And whenever nuclease word comes, nuclease means it's a molecular seizure. It can cut DNA. It will have a moderate level of drought resistance also. That means less water, and it will be managing it. All these things must be there because we are already under harmful impact of climate change. So if you want to manipulate genome, then CRISPR-Cas9 is a tool for you. There are lots of protests across India and world against transgenic crop. Hello, how are you? My name is Ritesh R. Jaiswal and welcome to PW Only IAS once again. So today in this episode, I'm here with a new topic, and the topic is there on the board itself. And you know one thing, that India has become first country in the entire world to release 2 genome edited rice variety. Yes, and mark my word, I'm saying genome edited. I'm not saying transgenic, neither I'm saying genetically modified. So it is genome edited. So I'm marking this genome edited. We'll unfold the story about it. So ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, that is called ICAR, released these 2 rice varieties which are genome edited in May 2025. And very important one, you know that rice is very important part of our diet, right? And moreover, rice, India is one of the country who is exporting rice all over the world. Got the point? What are those rice varieties? So let's look at this. This is called, the first one is called DRR Dhan 100 Kamla. And the second one is Pusa DST Rice 1. So these 2 rice varieties has been released by ICAR, and you can see this is unpolished one, this is polished one. I'll get into the detail of it. So let's get into the detail. The first rice variety which are genome edited is DRR Dhan 100. Now many people will wonder that what is DRR. So it is Directorate of Rice Research. Nothing to worry about it, or Kamla. And it has been developed by using a technology called SDN technology, that is called site directed nucleage, right? 1. And whenever nuclease word comes, nuclease means it's a molecular seizure. It can cut DNA or it can cut a gene. Nuclease is molecular seizures. It is something which can cut the DNA out of the genome, right? And this Dhan 100 was developed by genome editing in very popular Samba Mashuri variety, right? So this is already high yield variety and we changed some gene out there. Basically, we cut some gene out of it and then we got this Dhan 100. What are the key features of it? So this rice variety will show some key feature like around 20% increase in yield. So 19 to 20% increase in yield would be there. Early maturity. So around 15 to 20 days early maturity, and it will have a moderate level of drought resistance also. So that means less water and it will be managing it. And you know that rice is known as water intensive crop, but here a little less water will be sufficient, right? And still all these things are there, but it will retain the grain quality. I mean, this moderate supply of the water and early maturity will not impact onto the grain quality, right? Second one is called Pusa Rice DST1. DST1 means drought and salt tolerant. DST, drought and salt tolerant. That means this particular rice variety is more tolerant towards drought and salt. That means salinity. The soil which has gone saline, where the water is less, there also you can grow rice. So hectareage of the rice cultivation can be increased in those areas also which are not having a lot of water and the soil salinity is slightly higher. And you can see this has been developed by using CRISPR-Cas9. So SDN1 and CRISPR-Cas9, these are the 2 technologies that has been used. And CRISPR-Cas9 is again genome editing tool, one of the best one. And you might have gone through this in our foundational classes, right? And In future, I might come up with one lecture onto the YouTube on CRISPR-Cas9 too. Anyway, so key features are it needs less water, right? It grows more, right? And then yield is better, right? And it can handle stress. That means stress means biological stress like drought and salt it can handle. So less irrigation, and then it will be still giving good amount of yield. So this is especially for drought and salt tolerant. And you know that all these things must be there because you know we are already under impact of harmful impact of climate change, and climate change is going to change the rain pattern. I mean, the places where rain is very heavy, those places will not be having sufficient rain in future, and the places that used to have less rain, maybe it get flooded because of all the climate change issues, and we need to be prepared for it. That's why all these things we are doing so that we can be future ready and we can develop some climate resilient crop so that our food security and our nutrition security can be fulfilled. Food security is already there, nutrition security we can aspire for. Anyway, let's move on. So key varieties we have already talked about: DRR Dhan 100 Kamla, right? And you know that early maturity is one of the feature, right? Better nitrogen uses, right? And that will reduce the fertilizers need and water need. So water need will be also going down. That's one of the biggest benefit. And then DST rice one, Pusa DST rice one, and let's say it will have enhanced drought and salt tolerance, right? And higher yield up to 30% in saline and alkaline soil. That's the benefit. So overall, water will be required in a less quantity and yield will be higher. And you know that all thing will lead to less greenhouse gas emission also. I can sum up the benefits in 4 major points for you. One is productivity, 19 to 20% increase in yield. Water conservation, these two varieties together will be saving 7,500 million cubic meters of irrigation water. Huge benefit. Climate adaptability, that's a very important point, that 20% reduction in greenhouse gas emission. You know that rice cultivation is known for emission of methane. So that methane emission will be down, right? Why it is down? Because your crop maturity period is less than usual. 15-20 days earlier it will maturing. So overall standing crop into the cropland will be having lesser time period. During those time period, these methane emission which is coming out of the waterlogged condition will be less, and that reduction can go up to 20%, right? And other improvements that we can see, tolerance and drought, salinity and climate stress it can manage, right? Let's move on to the next part. What kind of technology we have used? For PLIM's point of view, it is very, very important. What kind of technology we have used? So one technology that's a very famous one, CRISPR-Cas9 technology. And CRISPR-Cas9 is one of the best tool for genome editing to cut precisely a part of genome to remove a particular gene out of any genome, whether it is plant or animal or microorganism. And we are using CRISPR-Cas9 not only agriculture but in a cancer treatment, in human body, human genomics, and everywhere. So if you want to manipulate genome, then CRISPR-Cas9 is a tool for you. Based on that tool, there is another technology that we call SDN technology, site-directed nuclease 1 technology, which will work in a same way. You can cut some gene out from there also, and then this is called as DN1. So these two technology can be related to, it is related to your two genome edited rice variety. So in option, if you get any of these two, that's the right answer. If they ask about a technology used, either it would be CRISPR-Cas9 or SDN technology. CRISPR-Cas9 is a tool, and as a result, what we get is SDN1, right? Next one, you know that in the very first minute only I said that it is genome edited. So these rice varieties are genome edited. It is genome edited, right? So when I say genome edited, it means we have not added any gene into it. So gene addition is not done. Rather, removal of sub gene has been done. So foreign gene was not added. No gene addition. No gene addition. Right? Whereas if you compare it with transgenic or genetically modified, let's say genetically modified, or it is also called transgenic. Then here what we do? Here what we do? Here we insert gene. Insert gene. So gene would be inserted. So this is called transgenic, but this one will be known as non-transgenic, non-transgenic. And I'll tell you one thing. Transgenic has got a little more risk. It may pose risk to the environment because new genes are being added. It may pose risk to the human health or cattle health. It may pose risk to the environment and the entire agriculture system. That is why whenever you are going to have any transgenic crop in the crop field, you need a very stringent rules, regulation and safety assessment before you can roll out commercially. And decades long safety assessment would be done before we can roll it out. And still there are lots of protests across India and world against transgenic crop. You got the point? Many countries are not open to accept transgenic crop, even they are importing something from any other country. You get the point? In India, till now we are having just one transgenic crop, and that is BT cotton. So BT cotton is only transgenic crop that we are growing at commercial level, right? And nothing else. GM mustard, right? It is there, but GM mustard is in legal trouble. It's in Supreme Court. So only thing that we are growing in transgenic is BT cotton only. So BT cotton is the only thing, right? And since 2002, we have been growing BT cotton. So in last 25 years, just one crop from transgenic or this area. But this genome edited non-transgenic crops are safer because we have not added any gene. What we have done, we have removed some gene. So once we have removed some gene and gene addition has not been done, then risk is little less. Safety assessment will be short enough and will take very less time to do all safety assessment and roll out commercially. And moreover, because it's a non-transgenic, no foreign gene has been inserted, so lots of stringent rules and regulation will not be applying onto it. And that is what it is written. Regulatory exemptions. Indian DBT, Department of Biotechnology, exempts SDN 1 and 2 crops from GMO rules 2022. Easing approval for these non-transgenic variety. Non-transgenic variety means genome edited one. This is non-transgenic. So that's one of the core concept that why this non-transgenic genome edited 2 rice varieties mattering so much to India and why we are studying it. Got the point? So if you have non-transgenic, you are getting benefit, but you get regulatory exemptions, shorter duration of your risk assessment, and easily you can accept into the commercial agriculture system. If you have transgenic, you have to go through the very lengthy process of entire thing, and you will have to follow the GMO rules, which are very stringent. Decades of risk assessment would be done, and then only approval will be given. And that's why we have only one transgenic crop growing in India, and that is also non-edible, and that is BT cotton. This rice is edible, right? Let's move on to this part. This is where gene edited, what we do, we are gene edited, or we can call it genome edited. Here it is genome edited, or it is called non-transgenic. And what we have done, we are just, DNA is sniped out. So removal of gene, no addition of gene. But when we go for gene modification, or let's say genetic modification, then we add some gene, right? Some gene will be added. So this is genetically modified, or it is called transgenic. And there you can see insertion of gene. Insertion of gene. So gene will be inserted. Foreign gene will be inserted, right? So from different species, you are inserting some gene. That's the basic difference. So this is plant genome. You are cutting some gene out, then you make genome edited non-transgenic crop, like two rice variety we talked about. And here, if you are adding some foreign gene into the plant genome, then it is creating a new genomic combination, and that is called transgenic crop or genetically modified crop, which has got some risk, obviously, right? Anyway, why it is relevant for UPSC? This two rice variety, why it is relevant for UPSC? So here I can show you that second green revolution. You know that first green revolution has made it sufficient in crop productivity, crop yield, and now we are for second green revolution, right? So higher production with less involvement of land and water, that's one thing. And moreover, it will give you more nutritive value from the entire agriculture setup. Food security, it will enhances resilience against climate change, and then our food security will be sustained. Resource efficiency, it will save water, reduce fertilizer dependency, and it will also cut methane. That will help into the greenhouse gas emission. And -5 + 10 strategy, that means produce 10 million tons more rice using 5 million hectare less land. So 5 million hectare less land will be involved, and still 10 million tons more rice we are going to produce. So -5 + 10, right? So that's one thing that we should be knowing about it, right? So this was the entire coverage of one particular topic, and that was two genome edited rice variety of India. Now there are many keywords linked into it. So many keywords are linked into it, and all you need to do that you have to go with these keywords, try to search it, and in the comment section you can write something so that I can get back with the videos where I can include your query too, right? So take care. I'll see you again very soon. Thank you.